You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Rumble, Facebook, X, YouTube, what up? I'm back with another reaction video, and this reaction video deals with the topic I've talked about on this channel before, about prenups. I've had videos before of women talking about how they were taken to the cleaners because they didn't have a prenup, and I'll make sure to put the links in the description. I talked about J Blige, and I also did a video about Kellita Smith, who played Wanda in the Bernie Mac show, who talked about she wouldn't probably get legally married because of the rules, and I also talked about a few other women who they may not legally get married because of the rules when it comes to divorce and maybe losing half of what you earned. And the Speakeasy podcast talked about prenups and our prenups ruining marriage. So I thought this would be a good video to react to because it's a topic that I've always discussed on this channel. And y'all know I am pro prenup in my personal opinion. If the woman or person, because I believe a woman can ask for a prenup as well, but if the person you're asking to marry you doesn't want to sign a prenup, that lets me know that they're more in it for the money. In other words, their price, their companionship comes at that price. So it's up to you at that point if you're willing to stay and pay that price for companionship or just leave and cut your losses there. But let's get to the video.
Look, man, moving forward, we got to talk about my quarterback. So Dak Prescott and his fiance have reportedly called off their wedding over a massive prenup standoff.
Now, y'all, this is allegedly. This isn't true. I don't know any facts, but this is allegedly. Gotta make sure I say this so I do not get sued.
After securing a historic $240 million contract, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott and his fiance Sarah Jane Ramos were supposed to be celebrating their upcoming April wedding. The rumor is that Dak spent the last few months pushing hard for a rock-solid prenup to protect his new bag, and she flat out refused to sign it. That underlying tension finally boiled over into a massive screaming match right on the yacht, leading to their entire wedding being permanently shelved. If she really walked away just because he wanted to protect his contract, did Dak actually dodge a massive bullet here?
Can I give a hot take?
Oh, wow.
But before you get a hot take, how they know all this stuff? This is
Yeah, I don't know. The whole second half of that is a funny tweet. This is allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, by the way. Don't nobody sue us.
Because the yacht screaming is crazy. I don't know. How you know? Were you on the yacht?
But if I'm giving a hot take, I'm anti-prenup. I'm anti-prenup. I believe that if you need a contingency plan for marriage,
speak on it,
you shouldn't be marrying them.
Oh my God.
If you need to protect yourself from your future partner who you have to lay in bed with every night, the potential mother or father of your children, you shouldn't be marrying them. A prenup to me...
And I get that argument, but at the end of the day, make sure to link the other videos I talked about earlier in the description. It's not about that. It talks about, you'll hear women with money. Another woman, Kelly Clarkson. In other words, it just leaves protection to where if we don't work out, we already come to amicable terms so it won't be messy. That's what helps with prenups. But I get why he's saying that, but y'all know what side of the fence I lean on. I'm more pro prenup. And if I asked a woman I was dating or wanted to marry and she didn't want to get a prenup, I would not marry her, or would I stay in a relationship with her. But the thing is, as I'm vocal about it on these videos, I'm vocal about it in real life, so there's no surprises. Now, some women do think maybe if I have a child with him and be with him for a while, it could persuade him to not want a prenup. But women, don't do that, because sometimes it don't work. Because I'll be honest with you, if a woman did that to me, it wouldn't work.
It's like a seatbelt on an airplane. If you need that seatbelt on an airplane, you got way bigger issues than the seatbelt.
That's a bad analogy, by the way. This airplane one. The first one, I get, but this, yeah.
Airplane going down. So, I got money. I'm actually anti-prenup. I understand the thought process behind it, but if you're entering into like a covenant with an individual who quite literally controls your life, you will be asleep next to them every single night. They control whether you live or you die. If you are in the hospital on life support, they dictate if the doctor pulls the plug or does not. And you want a prenup?
yo.
I'm just anti.
This is and I don't know what it is, but lately we just been disagreeing.
Are you kidding me?
that I don't know if he did that on purpose, but that's a double entendre because how he said they're just been disagreeing on the topics on the podcast. A woman could quickly say, we just been disagreeing, I don't want to be here anymore. And then there you go, no prenup and take half your stuff. And I think that's why he said that, but that was smart by Shady if he was thinking that deep and having it as a double entendre, because in a whim, someone could change their emotions literally overnight saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And let's say you don't have a prenup. I know some men who got divorced and they were never able to literally get back on their feet.
I stand with Dak and the number 4 Cowboy church right here. What? Okay. Wow. Do you got a car?
Of course.
Do you drive?
Of course.
Do you drive every day?
Of course.
Okay, bet. Do you look to get in a car accident?
Never.
Oh wait, do you have car? Do you have insurance? Car
Of course.
Insurance. He wants to get married. He's not looking to get a divorce. But in the event that might happen, I've got security. Same way when people got a car insurance.
And that's what I've noticed. The analogy Shady used, that's the way most men see it. The only way women see it this way if women are dating down financially. But we all know, as I've discussed in multiple videos, most women do not date down financially. So they never have to worry about this problem, especially if they come from money. If they come from money, odds are they won't marry a man who doesn't have money, or their parents will come up with it, or family will come up with a strict prenup.
You got a car, you drive every day, you see it every time. But even if I get in a car accident, I'm protected. All I'm saying is this, man, like, to make all that type of money, right? And you see times when people get divorced and they talk about the person gets half. I look at the Tiger Woods situation. Tiger Woods, I mean, he was wrong for everything he did, but you gonna give him half, though? Half?
Look.
Hold on, hold on. I got a rebuttal. Because here's the difference.
For the
car. When you buy you a whip, you already know a car accident is potentially inevitable because there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of drivers on the road.
I've never got a car accident.
Hundreds of thousands, if not
millions.
millions.
I've been driving since I've been 16 years old.
Shady, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you are relating a marriage to a car accident, the marriage is between two individuals, of which you play 50%. A car accident, you do not play 50%. You could literally get T-boned sitting at a stoplight. You could get fender benders sitting at a stoplight. So to me, 2-5.
Nah, you wrong, dog.
I'm not suggesting that an accident cannot
Your comeback
occur.
was weak. I thought you have a good one.
I'm not saying an accident can't occur. I'm just saying, Shady, if you get married and you have to put a contract in play, then why are you getting married?
I agree with that point. That's why I said, y'all, in previous videos, I would never get legally married until they change the rules in America. But I don't think men understand the reason you're getting that marriage is really what you can provide. Because I know some people will say, oh, that's your fault for dating a woman who wants you after your money. Most women marry for resources, especially when they get older and their options starts to dwindle down. Most women do date for resources. That's what it's always been. And in my personal opinion, I think men understand that or okay with that, but just don't disrespect me in my face and be blatant about it, or better yet, just sign a prenup to where I know what the price of companionship is.
That's what I'm trying to ask
you. It's all about protection, though, Acho.
You need protection from a person you just vowed your life to?
Yo, this is what I don't like that you're doing.
What am I doing?
If you look at, there's a lot of people that get married, love each other, and they get divorced. It happens all the time. So
50%.
you know that, right? In the event that it does happen, why not protect yourself? There's nothing wrong with that. And another thing about prenups that people don't understand, it protects me, but it also protects you.
I'll protect you.
Her, I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what her assets are, what she got. I don't know what money she got in her account. But whatever she got over there is protected. And the same thing with him. Yeah, this is crazy though, dog. That's wild.
Can another unmarried jump in here?
Get in here, Karen.
First and foremost, I am very pro prenup. I'm very pro prenup.
And that's where the younger generation is different. The men or generation before me were thinking more like Acho, but the men in my generation and younger think more like Shady and that young man on the left, to where they have no problem getting married. They understand marriage. They understand the covenant and all that. But until these rules get changed in America, most men are going to be like, we're going to do a prenup and postnup, or we just won't get legally married through the state, because we see time and time again how the court system and family court system has treated men in America.
Do I think I'll get one myself? I don't know yet, but I
Hold
am
on,
pro.
man.
Time. Listen,
You can't say I'm very pro prenup,
Listen.
but you not pro enough to get it yourself.
I don't know the situation, right? If I'm talking to a woman that I feel like is maybe at the same financial status and or success that I am at the time of getting married, I think I probably wouldn't get one at that moment, because after that, if I go on to make multi-millions and I go on to be extremely successful, she was there and supporting me through that. I feel like at the end of the day, we're sharing our lives together. That's an okay thing to have. For you, Acho, to be sitting here, millions, you know what I mean? Crazy bread, not to pocket watch, but like crazy bread. For you to be sitting there and being like, yeah, I'm not going to get one. What? I think there is a bunch of women that are probably watching this show. Not ones that you would want to talk to that are plotting now.
Scheming.
Excellent. I promise you. I promise you. That's exactly what they sitting there just like that. Because what are you talking about?
Bro, you got but here's the thing. You have to use more diligence on the front end. Like, don't fly Spirit Airlines.
See, and that's the thing he's not understanding. People could change over time, and then you never really see a person's true self until the ink dries. But y'all, I don't want this video to go on too long, but let me know in the comments, do you think prenups are ruining marriage, and do you agree with prenups? And I believe prenups should be for men and women. The one who's coming with more, you never know what could happen. Like I said, you see a lot of the videos I talked about earlier. Women who are successful are afraid of losing their assets. And then you see what Kelly Clarkson is paying every month, spousal support, or a Holly Berry to their ex-spouse. But y'all, let me know in the comments, and I will leave the link to the original video in the description. I just want to say I appreciate all the support, and I will see you in the next video.